latest on the royal funeral. I'm Laura Cantor, Fox News. Charles III was formally proclaimed king in a televised ceremony Saturday, following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Her funeral has been scheduled for Monday, September 19th. Fox's Alexis McAdams has more on what comes next before the ceremony.
The process does have several steps. The royal mourning will continue until 1 week after the funeral. It will officially all start tomorrow when the Queen's coffin will leave the Balmoral estate where she passed away peacefully. She spent her last moments surrounded by her family there. On Monday, from the Scottish castle, the Queen's coffin, which is draped with the royal standard flag, will then make its way to the palace of the Holyrood House in Edinburgh. The King and members of the royal family will be part of the procession and of the service.
President Biden has confirmed that he'll attend the funeral. Vice President Harris highlighting the Biden administration's gun control legislation at the 2022 DNC summer meeting at National Harbor, Maryland.
They say they care about crime. Well, it was us who expanded background checks and passed the most significant gun violence law in 30 years.
Republicans say that more funding should go toward mental health and school security. A major payment processing and credit card company making a big change regarding gun purchases, drawing support and opposition.
Visa announced Saturday it would adopt a new international merchant code for gun sales, which until now were classified as general merchandise. Gun control advocates say the new classification will help track suspicious surges of gun sales prior to any potential mass shooting, but gun rights advocates argue it would unfairly segregate legal gun sales, which cause no problems. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, whose city is fighting an increase in gun violence, called the move common sense.
That's Fox's Kevin Uretsky. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mean Gene Show with guest professional athletes, national sports writers, and much more. We discuss the latest in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and more. Here's your host, Mean Gene.
All right. Welcome, Las Vegas. Welcome to the show, the Mean Gene Show, here on a Saturday night, 8 p.m., September 10th, 2022, in studios once again. And I have a very, very great show for you tonight, a surprising show because I didn't announce that my guest was going to be here. He wanted to come down and hang out with us, and we are so honored to have him. So let me quickly get these sponsors out the way first. You know the show is brought to you by Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, right? The newest kid on the block there. You got to go to Virgin Hotels every other weekend. This weekend we just finished doing a series of podcasts at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, and I'm in the studio tonight with my guests. So we brought to you by Virgin, and we also brought to you by Captain. Captain, that's Captain, K-A-P-T-Y-N, Captain with a K. Travel confidently in clean premium vehicles driven by trained professionals. Go to the website, make sure you make a reservation, get in those nice Teslas, electrical cars, and all that great stuff. So, full house in the studio tonight. I'm going to take special honors here and introduce someone who, if you live in Las Vegas, which you do, you should, right? So you should know this name. You should know this guy. Going to take you back down memory lane. He played his college football at UNLV, and he was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals with the 31st pick overall in the NFL draft, and one hell of a running back in college. Definitely one hell of a running back in the NFL. Pleased to have Ickey Woods on the show. What's up, Ickey?
Woo! I'm going to get some cold cuts today, baby. What's happening? What's happening, Mean Gene? How you doing, bro?
Happy to have you here.
Good, man. Thank you, man. Happy to be here, brother.
And folks, I have to let you know, I'm wearing my glasses. I need my sunglasses because this bingo orange here.
I got him. He's a Steeler fan, too, so you already know I had to let that out. Oh, yeah, I had to let that out the bag.
Now, you said that on the station here. The Raider fan's going to get me now.
Good. Y'all get him. Y'all Y'all get him.
Man, we've had this secret for almost 2 years.
Oh, man, y'all had to let it out the bag. Because he go against my Bengals, So, but yeah, he love the Raiders too, man.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And no doubt. So, and speaking of the Raiders, this guy is all the way in Raiders. I worked with this gentleman 20-something years ago. We've covered the Lakers, Clippers, Angels, Dodgers. I think I remember one time they sent us to the pond to cover hockey. It was so damn cold. I don't know if we went back. Right. But anyway, we definitely covered Super Bowl 35, right? That was one incredible moment. So please welcome to the show from Los Angeles, downtown, Wayne Brown.
Absolutely, Gene. Hey, it's good to be back with you after all these years. And you're right. The last team we covered in the NFL was the Raiders in the Super Bowl. It wasn't quite a great outcome, but we had a good time.
Well, thanks for vouching for me because, Ickey just killed me.
We had a great time down there, and it's a pleasure to be back on the air with you.
Indeed. And this next gentleman here, now, he's no stranger to this show here on KDWN 720 AM. We've had him on. He has this gambling problem. No, but it's a good problem because he gives you odds and picks and stuff like that so you can make, as Jimmy Walker says, money. So, but now he has his own show. Actually, he does his own podcast, does his shows. You can catch him bi-weekly also at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas as part of our triple podcast show, the MeanGene Show, the Sports Kings, and the Picks are in. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Picks.
Hey, Gene, thank you, brother. Hey, it's an honor, as always, to be on the show with you guys, especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today.
There go another Steelers fan. Letting it all out the bag today. Yeah, that nerves of all them raggedy Steelers shoes on when he met me. I can't believe that.
I think he's mad because my shoes look better than his shoes. See, I got on the Pittsburgh Steelers shoes. And he has
I seen that. And I had to come with them Steelers.
He is definitely decked out, man. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for Wayne to have on the Raiders shoes. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? So, man, it's a pleasure being on the show with you.
I know it. Hey, I'll tell you what, folks, we have been having fun all weekend long. We started Friday at Virgin Hotels. We had Ickey Woods on the show talking about a number of things. And, oh, my goodness, especially the Cincinnati Bengals, right? And then today we did somewhat of a countdown show with my great friend Dustin Pfeiffer. But tonight, we're going to kind of be all over the place because we definitely want to talk about some of these college football upsets here. I can't let these things get away. And we'll jump into the NFL a little bit later. But, guys, what do we start with? The one upset that should have happened didn't happen, and that was the Texas and Alabama game.
Alabama, right. Absolutely. Right.
So what happened with that one, Ickey? You think
they just let it get away at the end? They had them, and there had to be something. Somebody had to step up and make a play on defense. For Texas, and nobody did. So they let them. They scored. It was a little under, a minute and a half left in the game, and we were talking, and we just said, "Oh, that's way too much time." They're gonna give them a chance. Yeah, gonna give them a chance to drive down, and that's what they did. They drove down, kick a field goal to win the game, 20-19. But it was a good game.
It was a great game. Wayne, is this what makes Alabama so scary? Because even in ugly wins, just think what Bryce Young? Bryce Young. What he did last week, man. He just lit it up. Now, granted, it was only Utah State. Right. But in a close game, they were a 21-point favorite at UT.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and, without having a dog in the fight, I'm going to keep it 100 as I saw it. I saw some questionable calls from the official or no calls from the officials, and then one straight out blatant call of a targeting on what should have been a safety turned out to be a targeting, and that was a big for this game. But I have to give it to Sarkisian, and he brought in a game plan. They stuck to it, and they put up a hell of a fight.
Playing for his old boss. Yeah,
exactly.
Playing against his old boss.
Yeah, absolutely. And, by them being a 20-point underdog, the word was that Saban was going to kind of take it easy on him. They were in a dogfight.
A dogfight.
They were in a dogfight.
Mr. Pigs, how would you have, sort of picked this game here? Everybody knows Alabama. They're supposed to be the top every year. Mm-hmm. And you got a team like Texas. Texas is not ranked, I don't think. I don't
know. They were not.
So you saw this 21-point spread here. How would you have evaluated that?
I figured it was going to be close. And I took that. I actually, hit on that game. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like, it was just one of them things that Texas might do something, Texas may not, but I kind of figured they was going to cover it. And just like what Ickey was saying about it, kind of just, I don't know, at the end, just kind of let it go, we just going to let Mr. Pigs, picks come true and let him make his money.
I knew he was going to get that selfless bug in there.
Hey, look, if you don't promote yourself,
right. Who's going to do it, right?
Yeah, you got to do it.
No doubt.
But and before I get too much into these scores, though, I got to allow Ickey to just tell the people of Las Vegas, because you loved here, man.
Yeah.
They love you here. Just tell folks what you've been up to, what you're working on, and since you left the town.
Well, we're trying to come back and do a few things in the community, as far as raising money for asthma research and asthma education. I'm going to team up with Children's Hospital down here and start raising some money for their asthma division, which I do in Cincinnati because I lost my son to asthma. Yeah. And we started a foundation in his name called the Javonte Woods Foundation, and Javonte is spelled Jovante, woodsfoundation.org. If you want to go to our website and see the good things that we're doing. But, when I lost him, I didn't realize that there was really nobody out there doing anything about asthma. And so when I found that out 12 years ago, we started the foundation, and we were set back a little bit by the COVID. Yeah. Everybody was. And now that it's, I ain't saying it's gone, but it's letting up a little bit. We're starting back doing some social gatherings. So we're able to get out and raise some money to fight this deadly disease. And, we can use all the help we can get.
Okay. So, yeah. And we're here to give it to you, too. So, and you've had a successful celebrity golf tournament over the years, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've been doing it in Cincinnati for the last 12 years. I did one here 3 years ago before the COVID, and now we're trying to come back and do some things down here. We also had a asthma awareness day out here as well, and we're going to do that as well. So you guys be looking forward to us coming back and giving you exactly what we're trying to do, or you can go to our website and find out for sure.
Okay, great stuff, man. It's just so, so great to have you back here. And what are some of your, just memories of being here in Vegas and at UNLV?
Well, hold on, man. What happens in Vegas? We in Vegas. Okay, I forgot we was in Vegas now.
Hey, I was thinking on the collegiate level.
No, man. No, man. It's just, my memories of being here, man, was, back in the days, like it was the late 80s. Mm-hmm. So, all the things that's going on now wasn't here. Right. You know what I'm saying? So every time I would come back, man, it's just Vegas is just keep growing and growing and growing, man. And it's amazing how much it has grown and how many people have migrated here to the Vegas area, man, and all the things that they're doing with the new hotels and the Virgin Hotel that they just, it's a great hotel, been there for the whole weekend and just been having a blast. So it's just good to see it. And also for the university, they get to play in Reliance Stadium, and so now they'll be getting some quality, ball players here because they get a chance to play in that professional stadium. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. We're probably a year or two away from having a real decent team here in Las Vegas, Mm-hmm. So I'm just geared, ready to come back and, get into the community and start doing some good things.
Now, what do you want to say to your former coach? Because I told you he has a show here. I think he comes on. Does it come on? Mark, does he come on after this show?
Oh, Harvey Hyde, my guy.
He's on next. So
he's on next.
He's on next. So
well, hey, Harv, what's up, buddy? It's your boy Ickey Woods, man. Just want to say what's happening to you, bro. I love you, man. Yeah, because Harv gave me my shot, man, to come to UNLV, man. I was fortunate enough to get here, and in my senior year, I led the nation in rushing and was fortunate enough to be the first player taken in the second round by the Cincinnati Bengals. And so, I owe it to Harv and UNLV for giving me a shot to get to that next level.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, you look like you had a question there for Ickey.
Well, no, I was just kind of admiring that the things that he's doing, and I just really recommend him or commend him for everything that he's doing, because it takes a lot to step up to the plate to do certain causes and different things like that, especially when it's in the family, because at that point, you never want to let it go anyway, but you kind of want to move on. Right. But, when you move on and you're doing things like this, that's definitely commendable. So I just wanted to commend you on that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, and then, you're in Cincinnati. You're probably more popular there.
Stop stuttering now. Stop stuttering.
I know. I'm getting it out. I know they love you in Cincinnati.
Yeah, they do, man. I love it there, man. After my playing days, I was able to stay there and, got into sales and things, I always had the gift of gab to, talk to people. And so I got into sales. And after I did sales, started coaching Little League because my boys were playing Little League. So I started to give back to the community and go to the inner city and get involved with the kids there, man, and letting them know that there is a better way than what they thinking, because in our inner cities, it's all about the drug dealers, the big cars, and all that. So I tried to go to there and show them that there is another way. Go to school, get yourself an education, and you can do and be anything you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so through that, through the Ickey Woods Youth Foundation, I did that, and then when I lost my son, I just converted my youth foundation into the Javonte Woods Foundation and just kept working in the community.
Okay, great stuff. And Ickey, let's talk about, the Bengals and your rookie year and the great things you did. It's not often that, you get to be a rookie and get to the Super Bowl, right? Your first year. So tell us about that rookie year.
Man, it was unbelievable because I get to I lead the nation in rushing, and in my eyes, I thought I should have been a first rounder. So the draft comes, first round goes by, I don't get drafted, so a little upset about that. And I know with the 24th pick of the draft, Chicago Bears were on the clock, and they said that they were thinking about taking me, and then next thing I know, they take Brad Mustard out of Stanford, and and so the first round goes by, and I'm a little ticked off, and then come back the next night and get a call from the Cincinnati Bengals. They're on the clock with the 31st pick, and they said that they were going to take me, and once that happened, the smile hit my face, and the relief comes in, because you're no longer sitting there on pins and needles wondering when you're going to be drafted. And then I just started working towards, getting out there and showing them that, me leading the nation in rushing wasn't a fluke. I'm a bona fide ball player, and I think I can play in the NFL. And fortunate enough, I got with the right team, and we were able to make it to the Super Bowl that year. And through that, us winning, I was able to create this dance, get out there. And, I did it for our fans. If you go back and look, I never did it away from home, never did it on the road. It was always at in part Riverfront Stadium. And so it was always something for our fans. And so we had the jungle rocking, and that game, we didn't lose a game in our stadium. And so it was something for our fans, and just to have a great time. And fortunately enough that the dance caught on, and went worldwide, and I'm still getting paid a little bit to this day for that dance. So
I heard that.
Yeah.
So what was the first place you did the dance? And did you practice it before you did?
No, the first place. What happened is I flew my mom in for a game against the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
And I'm sitting at home, and my two oldest kids at the time were 5 and 2. I'm up listening to some music, and I was like, Mom, if I score tomorrow, this is what I'm gonna do. She's like, boy, you bet not do that. I was like, Mom, I got to. So it just started off, I scored against them, and then I kind of just jumped in the air and just put my hands in between my legs like that. And Ricky Dixon, who was our first-round draft choice that year, came up to me out of Oklahoma, safety out of Oklahoma, came up to me. He's like, Woods, what was that? I said, man, that was my celebration dance. He was like, man, that ish was whack, man. That was whack. I said, what you mean, Rick? It was whack. He said, Woods, that was whack, man. Don't do that no more. I said, well, what you think I ought to do, Rick? You think I ought to put some steps to it? He was like, yeah, man, put some steps to it. I said, okay. So the whole week, we were getting ready to play the New York Jets. The whole week, I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I couldn't think of nothing. And then 5 minutes before it was time to go out and get warmed up, it just hit me. I said, Rick, check this out. This is what I'm going to do today if I score. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hop back 3 times and spike the ball. He was like, oh, Ick, man, that's going to be live. That's going to be live. So, I tell everybody I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. And, we made it to the Super Bowl, and it caught on, So I was fortunate, man. And we had a great run that year, and everything was history after that.
So did Coach Sam ever come up to you and say, no, you're not doing that, son?
No, he didn't. Actually, about maybe 12, 13 games in, I was sitting in my locker, and Paul Brown walks in, the owner of the Bengals. Right, he walks in, and every game that we have at the house, he comes in the front door, walks straight to the back, don't stop. He don't talk to nobody. He'll say hi and all that, but he keeps walking straight to the back. And this particular day, he comes in, he looks over at me, and he started walking over to me. I'm like, oh, so I'm then I'm thinking to my mind, what did I do? Did I do something? Why is he coming over here? And so he came and said, hey, Ickey. I said, hey, PB, what's up? And I'm still thinking. He said, well, I just want to tell you. He said, personally, I don't care too much for that little dance that you do. He said, but my wife loves it, and you can do it anytime you get ready. I said, oh, you green light. Green light.
That's when you probably put a little bit more twist.
Oh, man, you already know. That's when we threw the woo-woo on there and got the crew in there. So we just had a lot of fun with it, man. It's a lot of fun.
My goodness, folks, we are talking to Ickey Woods. The Ickey Shuffle is live in studios here at KDWN.
Let me ask you something, though. You think that Ickey Shuffle was bigger than the Super Bowl Shuffle?
Most definitely, bro. Yeah. Most definitely.
I just kind of, maybe I was around that time.
Super Bowl Shuffle, you had a gang of folks. Ickey Shuffle was just
one-on-one.
Ickey Shuffle,
right.
baby.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
You said we're going to
right.
Call some of them guys up and have a dance off.
Call them up, man. I'm ready. Got my knees done about 8 years ago. I think I can do the robot and everything now.
Never mind.
Oh, my goodness. I know we're going to be getting close to the bottom of the hour, but we're definitely going to continue our conversation with Ickey, and we'll talk about some of the games coming up this weekend. Well, we'll find out what he thinks about the current Cincinnati Bengals and where they're going to go. But let's give some scores out here. I know we got just a couple of minutes before the break, so I'm not going to get into another topic. We will look at some of these scores here. And I always liked the mess with the Hawaiian college. I forgot their mascot name. It used to be Rainbows. That's not the case no more. I forgot what they're. But anyway, they're getting the brakes beat off of them by Michigan.
Oh, man.
And I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where this game is right now because I am thinking it's at Michigan. So they're at the what do they call that stadium there? Is that the Big House? The Big House, yeah. So. It's 42-3 is what I'm looking at. I don't know if that's 42-3, 3:51 left to go in the third quarter. Michigan ranked number 4, and let's see here. So Jim Harbaugh, did you guys think that Jim would leave Michigan and come back to the NFL? It was looking like he was going to do that at one time, was it?
Well, not just leave Michigan and come back to the NFL, but just leave, period, because that's his MO. is, to put in a few years, and after a few years, he moves on.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just about coming back to the NFL, but had another school.
Mm-hmm. I
almost thought he was going to leave and go to Notre Dame. I thought he was going to leave Notre Dame, actually. That's but he decided to hang in there. And
I take it you don't like Jim Harbaugh.
I'm sorry?
I take it you don't like him.
Oh, no, I love him.
Because Wayne, I'll tell you guys about
Wayne.
Wayne would start some stuff in the locker room. And Wayne one of those type of people like you, because me and Wayne, look, we were covering the Clippers one time, and I just went up and asked a simple question to Charles Oakley. And I don't know, I think Oakley was mad at you, but he took it out on me. Wayne, you got to watch Wayne, because Wayne get in there and they're like, whoa, I don't know about this guy. But anyway, folks, hey, stick around here. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, more from Ickey Woods and Mr. Pigs and downtown Wayne Brown. So you are listening to the Mean Gene Show right here on KDWN 720 AM 101.5 FM.
The Mean Gene Show with guest professional athletes, national sports writers, and much more. We discuss the latest in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and more. Here's your host, Mean Gene.
All right, we're back here for the second half of the Mean Gene Show. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday night, and we are in the studios doing the live show here so it's bi-weekly. Whenever I'm doing the show at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, then I will be over here doing the live show. But, hey, I really want you to come by the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas and check out the podcast, what we're doing over there, doing some great things at 4455 Paradise Road. And the show is brought to you by Virgin Hotels, by the way. And we also are brought to you by Captain Transportation Elevated. Travel confidently in clean premium vehicles driven by trained professionals. Go to the website, and it's www.captain.com, Kaptyn, Captain with a K. They are the official limousine service of the Mean Gene Show. The Sports Kings and the Pigs are in. Okay, well, we're going to talk more with Ickey Woods here in the studio with us, and everyone watched the Super Bowl last year. Of course, the Cincinnati Bengals made an incredible run. No one saw it coming. But then again, a lot of people did see it coming because they know and they believed in Joe Burrows. And, Ickey, I want to get your thoughts on that incredible run that they had last year.
Well, it was great, man. It was, just to be a part of that, playing for the Bengals and, us having such a bad run for the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was 30 years since we've made the playoffs or not made the playoffs, but had a playoff win.
Right.
And so we got the playoff win, and then guys went down to Tennessee and showed up in Tennessee. Defense held up big at the end, got the interception, and we kicked the field goal to win that. Mm-hmm. Then we go down to Kansas City, which I didn't think we had a chance to win in Kansas City, man. And, and when halftime, we were down 11 at halftime, I said, well, this is like it was in Cincinnati. We got a chance now. And they came back the second half, stopped them the second half, drove down, kicked the field goal in overtime to make it to the Super Bowl, man. And it was unbelievable. It was the city was on fire.
Yeah.
The state was on fire. Everybody was loving the Bengals and loved the things that they did that year, but we still had a weakness. It was the offensive line because Joe Burrows was sacked 70 times last year. He was the highest.
Well, we saw 9 in one game,
right? 9 in a playoff game, and still happened to win that game. And that was an unbelievable feat as well.
Absolutely.
And then so this off season, they go out and get 3 starting offensive linemen. They go out and get a center, a guard, and a tackle to go along with the young guys and the guys they had there, man. So they made a commitment to go out and get a good offensive line to block for Joe Burrows, man. I'm very excited to see not only what Joe Burrows can do, but what Joe Mixon can do with offensive line.
Underrated guy.
He's a very underrated guy, man. So I'm happy that we went and got that offensive line, and we got the core of our offense coming back with all those weapons we got, with the 3 receivers we got, the quarterback, the tight end, you know, and the revamped offensive line. And we didn't lose anybody. I think we lost one guy on defense, Obachogi. We lost him to Yo Boys, you know. But, you know, but everything is still intact, man, as far as the defensive side of the ball. So, and then we added a couple of young guys to the defense. The safety out of Michigan, or the cornerback out of Michigan, and then we added a 3rd-round safety. So we got some help on the back end, man. I'm excited to see what the guys can do this year.
Do you think if that Super Bowl wasn't played in Los Angeles SoFi Stadium, just happened to be the home of the Rams, if it was played anywhere else, you think the Bengals would have had a better chance of winning, or would have won?
I think so. We got a few questionable calls at the end of the game when the Rams had the ball driving to go ahead. You know, the call on Cooper Kupp, you know, the phantom touch on Cooper Kupp that they called, and you know, so but still and yet, if we had just an inkling of a better offensive line, if we just could have held up for one more second, Chase comes wide open down the field because Ramsey falls down, but Burrows just don't have the time to throw it to him. So we had opportunities to win the game, and then, you know, I don't understand. It's 3rd down and Joe Mixon's on the sideline. Yeah. The best running back they got, you know what I'm saying? It's 3rd and 1, and Joe Mixon's on the sideline, you know. I didn't understand that, but, you know, hey, they felt good with P. Ryan, which had a great game in the game. So, you know, but, you know, I gotta have Joe Mixon in there to get a yard, you know. So, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. But, you know, they had a great run last year. Nobody expected it. But it's going to be a little tougher this year because everybody's going to be – they got the target on the back now. So everybody's going to be looking at them. But I think with the revamped offensive line and what Joe Burrows can do, because he's got that it factor, man.
He does. Yeah. Wayne, what do you think about Joe Burrows?
Actually, I am a fan of Joe Burrow. But one thing I do recognize is that only the former Bengals or someone from the Natty can give you a play-by-play of those last 4 games. Anybody else?
Yeah.
You know, but being from the Natty or being a former Bengal, you know exactly what happened in those games, what took place, why you were able to win those games, and then the unfortunate things that happened in the Super Bowl. Because I, you know, not necessarily being a Natty fan, being from Los Angeles and not a Ram fan, I would have to agree with the Natty on a lot of those calls. And, you know, that's just an unbiased opinion.
I know.
Yeah, and, you know, I felt for him. But Joe Burrow, they talk about Justin Herbert being the future. No.
Yeah, this kid is great. I watched him at LSU.
Yes. He's a true leader, man. This guy is a leader.
Yeah.
And to come on as a rookie and to be able to just take the lead of a team and have those players respect
and get that respect.
To you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. Picks, I know that you and Jacob Meadows did a show on the futures, NFL futures and stuff like that.
Right.
And you know, everyone has the Bengals, not the Bengals, but the Bills is heavily favorite. You know the latest odds. What do they look like for?
I think they didn't switch up not much, but
they're up there, right?
It's up there, yeah.
The Bengals are supposed to get in there. They could be like in that AFC Championship game, right?
Right.
You think Ickey with the Buffalo Bills?
And
supposedly,
because they are up there, and not just because Ickey's here. Right. You know that not just because
here come that disclaimer.
right. You know, I didn't take the Bengals.
Ickey said, "I had no surprise there, huh?"
Right at all.
I'm not going to okay him until I get my cold cut sandwich.
No doubt. I got it covered, home.
Oh my goodness! I tell you, folks. Look, if you want to like kind of get in on this conversation, you're gonna have to go back and listen to the podcast because this is a continuation.
But as far as Joe Burrow with the Bengals, though, man, I think when they were looking for a quarterback, I think they found that guy, man. He's the face of the franchise. So
no doubt.
I think they got their quarterback, man.
So now fantasy football. Oh, go ahead.
Go
I thought you. Well, I was just going to say, we did our fantasy football draft, and I didn't take Joe Burrow as my quarterback, but I damn sure got Jamar Chase as my receiver. Because I think this guy. What do you think about that kid?
Your quarterback?
You know what? Believe it or not, because I'm believing in
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, you know what? See, I can get my producer to escort certain people out of my studio. No, I did not take Mason Rudolph as my fantasy football quarterback. That's a good one, Wayne.
I was wondering why he wasn't available when I was looking for him. Z already got it. Say,
you got Joe.
QB's no longer available. So now I see who got it.
In 2 weeks, I'll be in the studio by my damn self. Wow. This is what I get. No, as a matter of fact, I got Tua because I want to see how this Tyreek Hill thing is going to connect.
Right.
But I had to give me some good wide receivers and stuff.
Right.
So what do you think about this guy? Were you shocked that Joe Burrow was able to convince management to get him?
I wasn't shocked because Joe Burrow's rookie year, he was on pace to break all the NFL rookie records until he got hurt in Game 10. Mm-hmm. And so I wasn't shocked that because the whole city was thinking offensive lineman, and then they was thinking the guy out of Oregon, the Penny the tackle out of Oregon is whatever, Pine or whatever out of Oregon went to Detroit.
Yes.
Okay.
Detroit took him, but
I'm thinking about Thibodeau, not him.
Yeah. So everybody was thinking about him, and then when they took Chase, I was kind of taken back by it, but I said, okay, if that's what Joe Burrows want, then they're giving him what he wants because he told him, if you get me Chase, I want some ball games for you.
Boy, he was.
And he wasn't, and he didn't tell a lie on that one. So they got Chase, and then when they got him, I was like, oh, okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I was dead wrong. And they got who we needed to get, and then this year they went out and got our line. So now
he started a trend almost in the NFL with these quarterbacks going back. I want my college guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we saw that with who else?
Derek Carr and Javonte Adams.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. And even though they've been in the league for a long time. And to get him, Wayne, that's a good one because we got to talk about. I don't want my Raider fans to be waiting outside the studio and say you didn't say a damn thing about our team. You only got 1 hour with MeanGene. Are you ever going to talk about the silver and black? So good thing you brought that up, Wayne. So the expectations are always high, for the Raiders.
For everybody.
For everybody, that's true.
Especially at the beginning of the year. Right. Everybody think their team is going to make it to the Super Bowl, and that's what everybody's fighting for, to make it to the Super Bowl. Exactly. So it's not until week 8 or 9 they start kind of weeding themselves out. The have-nots. So, but man,
Dallas make it to the Super Bowl during what's the name? Doing the
preseason.
Minicamp.
Minicamp, we're going to be in the Super Bowl, no doubt.
We crowned the Cowboys way like in week 2. It's the NFC Championship game in week 2 of the preseason.
After the draft, they going to the Super Bowl. They on their way to the Super Bowl.
Give them that trophy. So, but the Raiders, the way the season – ended last year. Well, just last year was just crazy in general for the Raiders.
Right.
We, Mr. Pigs and I, we up in Pittsburgh there watching the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Raiders. And, of course, the Steelers were supposed to win that game. And, but the Raiders, they said, no, we saw that Franco Harris thing in that airport.
Right.
reminding us of that immaculate reception.
Right.
And then the Raiders just went to Pittsburgh and just took care of them. And then they had an interesting run. But, Wayne, what's the outlook? Let me back up some more. So, John Gruden, everyone knows what happened with Gruden.
Yeah.
And then the one coach, Bisaccia, which we thought was going to be the coach, came in, did a great job. And the Henry Ruggs thing, oh, Lord, what happened with him?
Yeah,
that was tragic.
Yeah.
So where are the Raiders going in 2022 is what I'm trying to get to.
Right. Outside of the Ruggs thing that happened, and it's really unfortunate, we needed those type of things to happen for the Raiders. This actually made Derek Carr really step up as a leader, because he's been the face of the team for a few years, but his leadership was just – it wasn't in question, but it just never stood out.
Right.
Last year, it finally stood out, and I think that sparked him even more going into this season. And I think he's gonna have a big improvement. I see over 5,000 yards this year. I mean, he threw for 4,800, and everybody put Patrick Mahomes on that pedestal. He only threw for 34 more yards than Derek Carr. A lot of people don't talk about that, but he had a few more touchdowns. And, of course, that guy is in that guy is in Miami now as the reason why he threw so many more touchdowns.
No doubt.
But the number-wise, Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes was right there. So I just think that now with Javonte Adams and then on the defensive side with Chandler Jones, I think the Raiders are going to have a tremendous opportunity. And watch out for Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got him, too. I drafted him, too. He's one of them.
That's a good pick. And, I'm not trying to compare them both because they're Caucasian, but him and Cooper Kupp, they're along that same line.
I think Raider fans wish they would go to Renfrow more.
Exactly.
They don't.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp.
I don't want to throw salt in the wound for the Raiders fans, but they know what happened when they came down to the jungle.
Again, there's a questionable call, but there's a questionable call in there, but we're not going to talk about that.
We're talking the smack because he went to UNLV.
Exactly.
They love him. It's a love-hate thing where we can't really hate him because he did so much for the city.
But on a more serious note, though, I grew up on the Raiders. I'm a big Raider fan too, so I like the Raiders. I love the Raiders, man. I grew up on the Raiders. I played for the Bengals. That's why that's my first team. But when the Raiders are not playing my Bengals, man, I root for them. I love the Derek Carr, man. I love the things that he's did because he went to Fresno State, which is my hometown of Fresno. Right. So, he's from that area and everything. So he's down here. He got Davante Adams back, man. I'm very excited about the things they're going to be doing. Defense has gotten better, with the Chandler Jones. So defense has got a little better. And I'm just, like I said, when they ain't playing my Bengals, man, I root for them. I like to see them do good. And it's just, it's just great thing.
But, it's funny because, we talk about what the Raiders went out and did. And I know the city is happy. You get Davante Adams. But all of a sudden, the man that used to play up in Seattle, Washington, comes down to Denver and says, not so fast, folks.
Right, no doubt.
Just when Raider fans was like, ooh, yeah, baby. This AFC West is ours. And the Denver Broncos pull off something incredible.
Man, incredible. They did, yeah. AFC West, the whole AFC conference is loaded, man.
It is.
So that playoff is, when playoffs are finally set, it's going to be very exciting to see.
Right. We have a dog in the fight that nobody's really talking about is the head coach for the Raiders.
Yeah.
This is his second go round.
Yeah.
He was with those Broncos.
Those Broncos for what? For 10 days?
Basically, yeah. He shifted them real good.
Exactly.
Got their hopes up all high and then went on back.
I don't know about this altitude here.
No doubt.
Yeah. I think he's learned a lot, and I think, he's a fantastic coach.
He seems like a different guy, though, really.
I think he's going to do a lot of good things for the Raiders.
And it was good that he realized that he wasn't ready to be a head coach.
That is smart.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready, so he said, well, let me go back and be a couple more years as a coordinator and get my bearings about me, learn a little bit more about being a head coach. And then he did that, and now he's stepping in to being a head coach where he feels he's ready to be a head coach.
In his first press conference, he revealed the truth that on the tuck rule. Yeah. He says, oh, yeah, by the way, it was a fumble. Oh, yeah, you're going to say that now?
Right.
Because everybody knows that game changed everything for the Raiders.
It did. It
changed everything for the
Patriots. Right? Yeah.
That
one play.
Stupid play. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Everybody remember that now.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Raiders would have had a good chance of going back to back because that next year they go to the Super Bowl, and of course Gruden now.
They just changed the whole outcome.
So on, right? Yeah,
man, that was just crazy. So I know we getting close to the end of the show, but I want to. I know. Look, we're gonna have to do this again, Jeff. We got to one more time. We have to talk about the matchup between the Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers and get Ickey Woods' thought on tomorrow's big matchup, which he's going to be flying out of here pretty soon, getting ready to do big things there in Cincinnati for this game. So why are the Bengals going to win tomorrow?
I think we're going to win tomorrow because the guys are ready. And, like I said, we revamped the offensive line. We'll probably first couple of series we'll go through some adjusting, getting used to each other, and then I think they ought to take over. Like I said, our defense is still intact, and you can one thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers is you can never count them out. Mm-hmm. This is a rivalry game. This is a division game. Mm-hmm. So no matter what the records are, when a division game comes, and one thing Pittsburgh's going to do, they're going to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
So you got to be ready for that punch in the mouth, and you got to be able to punch back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think this team, the teams in the 90s didn't punch back. Mm-hmm. But the team in 2021 last year punched back, and the team in 2022 is going to punch back too. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game, but I think my Bengals are ready to, start this season off right and get the ball rolling.
In a division game. So many division openers, matchups this first, in the opening week of football. And I know, Mr. Picks, you can confess, just like I can, what our picks were today, or at least our selections as far as the Bengals, this matchup here, because we both like the Steelers, but we just don't see a win tomorrow.
Yeah, we went with.
Can you turn this mic up? I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
I know this. It's been tough. It hurt so tough.
It hurt me to even say it. Yes, I did go against my team and say,
boy, what you gonna do for some cold cuts?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you got to bring some cheese with that one, man.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. When Ickey's business partner Cheryl said, "Yeah, well, Ickey's going to come to town," and man, I looked at that schedule. I'm like, "No, he ain't coming on the Pittsburgh. Can we get him in week 3?"
Oh yeah, so we sitting at dinner, and no, we sitting at breakfast. And and we just kidding. I didn't know he was a big Steeler fan until he pulls out his little Steeler wallet on me, and he pulls it out, and I said, "No, that ain't what I think it is." That he went to trying to hide it. I was like, "Oh no, you a Steeler fan? Oh my goodness!
Come on, that's one that pays for a lot of meals." I had to make sure that happened. So Wade, Raiders, Chargers, ravel. Yeah. Week 1 of the NFL is just so interesting. And I didn't realize there was so many divisional matchups until we were doing the picks today. So Chargers, Raiders, this is just one of those crazy games. It's the only game where you have to have your own personal security as a fan to sit in the stand and watch this game. It's gotten better. We said that today. But, man, what a tough game to start. And the NFL don't make nothing easy. What's going to happen with the Raiders and the Chargers?
Normally after week 1, you're saying, okay, well, that was just one game. Right. We can bounce back. Right. But this is such a statement game that it's going to go a long way.
Right.
It is such a statement game that it may interfere with you psychologically for the rest of the season.
Right.
So it's going to be a very tough fought game, and I see it can go down to the last place, such as it did with the ultimate timeout call last year that kept the Chargers out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You don't call timeout, Raiders don't kick that field goal,
Right.
you get a tie game, there you are in the playoffs.
Right.
But there's bad blood there, so it's going to be
and you know what? They were actually willing to play for a tie.
Exactly.
You know, until my man called that time out.
Right.
And they said,
we talked about that earlier.
Go on and kick them out, you know, since they want to call a timeout, you know.
Mistakes of a rookie coach.
That was suspect there. So suspect. So, okay, I lost my train of thought because I was going to say something. Oh, the storylines on the game and the hatred there. Khalil Mack, you know, used to play with the silver and black.
Oh, yeah.
Play with the Bears, silver and black. And he's now with the Chargers. You see him making an impact there tomorrow?
Well, I remember same thing happened when he was traded to Chicago, or actually he went to Chicago. His first game was against the Raiders, and he had a mediocre impact. But I just didn't hear the fight in him because of the players or the people that was with the Raider organization. He said they are no longer there, and I mean. You can read between the lines. It was Gruden and Mayock. Mm-hmm. So, they're no longer there. So he don't have any more hatred for the Raiders. And, you still need to have that fire in you when you're going up against your opponents. So,
okay.
I don't know if he's going to make that much of a difference, but he is a difference maker. And we talked about it earlier on the podcast when you're looking at the rusher for both sides, when you're looking at Bosa and Mack, and then you're looking at Crosby and Jones.
Okay.
Wow, dogfight.
All right. I know we got a little bit less than 1 minute before we end the show. Ickey, once again, want to thank you, man. It's been a great weekend hanging out with you.
Yes, it has, brother. It's been wonderful, man. We'll do it again.
We'll definitely do it again. Mr. Piggs, thank you for coming in the studio.
Always.
Wayne, as always, we'll get back together. Folks, so week 1 of the National Football League, of course, it started Thursday night. We didn't talk about the Rams game, but it was so horrible. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, enjoy tomorrow, week 1 of the National Football League, and we'll see you back here again next week on the MeanGene Show here on KDWN, 720 AM, 101.5 FM, Las Vegas.